to be ahead, I think.
Well, I might have to join you guys on that side of picking Terrorblade until it loses. Hopefully no caster curse happens here. But Black and Beacop, please take it away.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Bitte. What else do we have? Oh, Gamsa Hamida. Yeah, we forgot that one.
Yeah, sure. I know that. I knew exactly what that was. Sure,
of
you
course,
got it.
Yeah. Did you know it's always us? Great team. Yeah. So, Phosphor Clock is really played a lot by OG, and Saxa looks really good on it pretty much every time. Deals a lot of damage, has a lot of impact. So, Fate on this Phosphor Clock, looking to replicate a similar success. It's not easy though. Like, Clockwork is a hero that can be very hit or miss. And if you miss some of those early kills, early hook shots, your mid game might not be as strong as other Phosphors.
Yeah, but I will say the last time we saw X Nova on this Winter Wyvern, it was a very impressive performance, and I think he had one, questionable Winter's Curse, but other than that, I think he was quite strong overall.
But that one curse almost lost in the game. I remember that one.
Yep.
Gotta be so careful on who you curse and how you get that done. And they're gonna give a top rune to a piece. But yeah, this Void can work if it wins lane. But we've seen so many times where Void just gets pressured too much, loses lane, and he's just a non-factor. I think even in this qualifier we saw where he had like 900 damage done. We're not gonna see this game, but yours has already taken a lot of damage. Gotta be careful.
What's the build for this Void?
Probably Maelstrom. Mom Maelstrom, or just Maelstrom, or just Mom. If you want to have one of the two. Like, you definitely don't go Battle Fury. If you go Battle Fury, I feel like you're just destined to fail.
That's what I was thinking too, because we've seen a couple of these carries go Battle Fury on a timer, and it's just like, well, it always seems to be against the Terrorblade, right? Where they go this Battle Fury.
But people are really scared of playing against Terrorblade, honestly, because if you reach that late game, Terrorblade is such a scary hero to play against. And you can't blame him. Like, Terrorblade's win rate in this qualifier is super high, I think.
I think
Probably
Terrorblade Mirana is perfect. That duo is still perfect throughout all regions.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it's hard to
Super
answer.
might be dead.
Yeah, super. He's fast enough with the Spirit though. But you can already see the pressure is mounting. The courier will have to bring out a lot of region.
Yeah. Interesting that he went just boots like that.
I'm very interested to see mid lane too. Like, can Somnus continue to do very well against XM or not?
Well, considering that it's, that first pick TA that's been countered, I'm wondering, not only can Somnus do well in his lane, can Somnus do well in this game?
True. Like, it's gonna be tough. There's three... Honestly, the entire lineup is pretty much tailored to counter TA. Someone has to be careful. Oh, okay, has to TP out. Good recognition there.
The tier 1.
Like, Darkseer is also a hard counter to TA. Yang? He has
He's
no
getting
fairy
quite
fire.
low.
Oh,
That Fly doesn't have anything to help him. I'll just throw that salve over.
Clock are also designed to counter TA in this draft. Like, TA is just countered by all 5 heroes, basically.
So now that's the thing. You can't really rely, I would say, on TA having this breakout performance. So it's on your Void, and now the Void's build we have to look into and see what he's going to go for. He can make things happen if he drops down, I would say, a perfect Chronosphere, but then the damage into it, you've got Earth Splitter. Maybe you've got Sharpshooter that's going to land into the Chrono and help you out, but things can definitely be a struggle, even if you do land a Chrono that is, on multiple heroes.
My worry is they just don't have enough magic damage, cause Winter Wyvern is also considered a Void counter. Like, you just cold embrace someone in there, Void won't be able to kill that guy. They picked that into it. which is why I was so surprised by the Void pick.
I don't know if... Well, was the Void really the best pick that was available to them?
It's tough. Like I told you, Naga Siren this game would have been so good. Against Razor, against Terrorblade, would have been perfect. But nobody wants to play it. And Naga TA is very scary for sure, but that is the trap you put yourself into when you first pick that TA. First overall pick TA, we saw it win once.
Looks like all 3 lanes right now for EHOME are going quite well.
Yeah. Void though, he's doing pretty good for himself. Oh, Super.
In some trouble. And might go down here. He'll be first blood to Chalice. They could potentially even get Eurus. He doesn't have time lock. Surge, Iron Shell, Bash. Won't do anything for him.
It's the power of Clockwork plus Iron Shell. He said how potent it is. And they're coming off to a perfect start. This is exactly what this Clockwork wants.
It is almost similar, I would say, to game 2 in what Elephant did to EHOME.
Very similar. The lanes aren't going as bad, but top 3 net worth you can see all belongs to EHOME right now. They're getting some massive stacks out though. How many Ancient is that? 4 Ancient, 4 Big Camp. And TA is already setting up to farm the Big Camp. Does not want to lane against the Razor anymore.
X-Nova though, he's trying to really make a...
If someone has no TP, if he gets caught, he's dead. He's not level 6 either. Eye of the Storm is available. Are they gonna dive?
He's only level 2 and he's rotated, and I don't know what he's going to be able to accomplish. Bushwhack holds the Razor still. They've gotten the cogs, and now they'll look for the sweep. It lands on a 3, but there's just no follow-up to this. And Samus
has to be careful.
He stepped up for a moment, and oh my god, almost ends up like killing himself by stepping forward. And EHOME are aware of these stacks. They've got this great ward right by the steps too. The pressure that's being put on by EHOME is such a deterrent for Somnus to go and take those stacks. Try to get anything done.
Yeah. It's not an easy one. They don't have a deep-ish ward, but it doesn't really see the stacks, so what's the exact time? XM.
Ooh, Razor taking a lot of damage. XM getting low, has the static link, but it's not going to matter. Somnus gets the kill. That's a big one for them to finally get.
Yeah, the refraction. Super ends up dying as well, but it's a very good trade for the TA. He needed to get that one. Terrorblade? They're having a good time top though. Yang is very close to 6. When he's 6, Terrorblade has to be scared. They could also just kill Sunder. Oh, XM is TPing top actually before this Brew 6. They're looking for a kill.
Yeah, they've got the static link, and now Yang Thunderclap. No, he'll survive this with the plasma field hitting, and one more right click. XM will have the kill. All the while, you've got Somnus is trying to take the stacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have no way of.
Who caught who here though?
Stopping it. Bushwhack, Cogs, Fade, Gold Embrace, XM coming over, and this could be a kill on a Somnus, but another big sleep from Super.
Super is owning. He's so spot on with his Elder Titan rotations.
Can XM even attempt this stack?
No. Razor's not a hero that can farm stacks, unfortunately. None of the heroes are really good at farming ancient stacks. Terrorblade can, but he needs some.
I would say with a little bit of help, right?
Yeah. Yang might be looking for a kill on Terrorblade soon. Look at those wards they have on the Dire. In such close proximity, all 3 of them.
Let's see if one sentry gets both. Actually doesn't have a sentry to spot
didn't get anything.
Static link once again. Cogs around Somnus. Somnus on the run under the tier 1 tower. Chalice is dead to Eurus, by the way, and that was with the Chronosphere and the help of Super, but you lose Somnus over mid. And FY again looking over at XM, who feels somewhat fragile against this Hoodwink.
Yeah. We saw a little misplay also come out from Chalice. He Iron Shelled the faceless Void rather than the illusion that he wanted to Iron Shell. Otherwise, the Void would have died as well, would have been a decent trade for him. But as things stand, it's not terrible for Elephant. Like, they're not getting overrun in this early game. TA, sure, she's not at the net where she wants to be, but it could be a lot worse. And they're smoking up again, straight away, with that Iron Shell over 5 Clockwork, and looking for the TA once more.
They want to shut down Somnus.
I think they saw him already. Euros? Oh, Euros
Yeah,
is
they
not the
see
right
him
target.
taking the stack.
Oh, Somnus, you have to be careful. You saw the Clockwork. You saw the Clockwork.
Yeah, and he's got level 6. He has the hook shot. They've got the primal split. They're going to go after these heroes. They'll throw the stun over on XM. And now who do they use the Cyclone on? It'll be out onto the Dark Seer. They hit the sweep. They look to get the kill onto XM. Yang will get credit for that one. And now they'll focus their attention on the Chalice. They'll drop down the trap and the right clicks in. Somnus with a kill of his own. They don't get much from the stack as EHOME tried to take it for a second, but backing away from the primal split, they end up losing 2. Elephant, it wasn't the best lanes, but they have reacted really well to the aggression of EHOME.
Yeah, that's what they needed to do. They brought everybody, including the Faceless Void, even without Chronosphere, because they knew EHOME was going to contest the stacks. They lose the mid tower, but they protect the big prize.
TA almost getting this standard Dragon Lance. Fade walks up onto the high ground. They've also got XM coming in. They don't have the primal split this time. It's on cooldown for another 82 seconds. And the battery assault, the right clicks on a super, will be enough to get the kill.
Yeah.
And they'll deward.
Well. The big winner throughout all of this, though, is this Terrorblade. Untouched, got the mid tower throughout all of this. Yang got hookshot actually while he was dipping bottom.
Oh boy, he's in trouble. Battery assault once again. Bushwhack. Can it save Yang? Looking likely. Cold Embrace. That keeps Fade pretty close. They've got the trap as well as the Meld Strike ready to go out onto this Clockwork, and they will end up getting the kill onto Fade, who oversteps just slightly.
They gotta play more with the Darkseer, I feel like. If there's an Iron Shell on him, that Brew is dead 100%. Like we said how important the Iron Shell is for him to be able to kill people. And Chalice as well as Fate, they gotta stick together a little bit more.
I'm locked.
Yours has Chrono, they have Sharpshooter too. What tower also taken down? A lot of space created for EHOME.
Yeah. They've only got a 1k lead. TB though, sitting second on the net worth. TA's actually gotten a lot out of this game considering how much pressure was put on Somnus.
Yeah, just a question. If you're hard countered by 5 heroes, how much does your net worth mean? Look at the Void. That is the big question mark here. He finishes Maelstrom now, I believe. It's quite late. It is a farming tool for him. He'll be able to catch back up, but I'm still not looking forward to seeing those mid-game teamfights here against this Winter Wyvern. Very scary prospect.
Your Chrono can be completely negated by the fact that you could go into the Chrono and then all of a sudden X-Nova just puts the Winter's Curse on you to save, right?
Yep. Or even just a Cold Embrace. All your damage is physical, pretty much. You have a Sharpshooter and maybe an Earth Splitter, but that's the extent of your magic damage.
So the question becomes, who do you go for?
Yeah. It's not going to be an easy Chronosphere at all. Like, if he doesn't Chrono the Void, he can get vacuumed out. If he doesn't Chrono the Razor, he can get Static Link. If he doesn't Chrono the Winter Wyvern, of course, there's a Curse as well as Cold Embrace. It's not easy, this game. Not at all.
Sentry.
Well, Yang trying to split, but he can't get it off.
No, he can't. Chalice gets the kill.
Playing Brewmaster against Clockwork feels so bad. Just like Jakiro. Stuck in your animation. There's nothing you can do.
Long animations, and it ends up costing him as he'll end up dead. Did you drop the wall for that? And XM farming here with the Eye of the Storm, doing what he can to get to that quick BKB.
Yeah, they've had Chrono off cooldown for a long time. They gotta use it every time they have it. Be able to get some kills because they're falling behind in the farm war right now. What did Somnus go for? Blink Dagger. He wants to assassinate the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, I think that's a must.
Yeah. But then again, who can follow up on your blinks? Because Brewmaster's going to the Midas. Void is not the one. XM almost has his BKB. They're getting some really scary item timing.
Yeah. And look at the wording that's coming out from X Nova too. Like this observer spots super, spots FY, spots that smoke coming through.
They just smoked like that. I mean, even the normal vision from Razor saw that smoke.
Yeah. A little bit surprising that they're so willing to smoke like that.
I think they're feeling it a little bit, Elephant.
They're still coming around with the smoke, and if they could catch Sylar, that would be massive. Bushwhack comes in, and they're looking to get the sharpshooter out onto the Sylar. They'll charge it up completely. He does hit it, but there's nothing to follow that up. He was broken for a second. You don't have Void or TA as they're taking the mid-tier 1.
Chalice, though, he has this almighty Aghanim Scepter timing now, where you get the 300 bonus health on everyone you put it on. This is massive. Like, they already don't have a lot of damage on Elephant. This Ag Scepter could completely ruin them. Look at Clockwork suddenly sitting at 1800 health. It's ridiculous. XM sitting at 1900.
Gone into the Falcon Blade.
Yeah. If they catch up Brewmaster again, it's bad news for Yang. So far he's staying safe, but they have a Rocket Flare to scout him. Potentially.
TP in,
bottom already.
FY, Yang, both here.
There's a Rocket Flare behind the tower. There
Yeah,
it is.
and that's going to see FY, and now they're going to look for the hookshot. It actually misses. FY's going to lose his courier anyway, and that's on the Aether Lens. They're going to dive this. They'll use the Primal Split. The Sharpshooter goes off, but it's not going to do anything, and now you need to be careful with these pandas. Chrono comes out on it too. Do they have the damage? The wall's in, the Static Link. It's out into Eurus, and this isn't looking good. The Eurus Splitter's going to come through and get the kill on the Fade. Chalice getting low. He'll fall 2 years down on the side of EHOME, but they are going to get Eurus. They'll Sunder. They'll look over at Yang, who's trying to take out X Nova as a +1. Potentially even XM. Blink forward, goes for it. XM gone. X Nova might be next. Sylar left on his own. The sweep lands again from Super. And Somnus, he's looking to see if he's got the damage to get this kill. He's already used the Sunder. He'll get the kill on the Super. He looks over at Yang, might have the damage to do so. One more click. Yes, he does. And Sylar might walk away from Somnus. Trapped down. Conjure Image. And now Somnus, he just needs to blink right on him with the Meld Strike, and it will be a full team wipe for Elephant. But that is a back and forth fight that only slightly goes in the favor of this Elephant side.
But that's a big window.
5.
Oh, they got out
on the Somnus. Chalice coming in. The Meld Strike. The right clicks out on a feed. Is it going to be enough? Vacuum, and they'll hold him still. They'll hold him dead and hold him down. Fade getting the kill on a Somnus. It's a team wipe for a team wipe.
Yeah, that ended up being not bad for EHOME after the TA kill. If only he had gotten out of there, would have been so good for them. But you can see how that fight started. The missed hookshot is a big opportunity for Elephant to exploit. Like, they went really aggro after the hookshot missed, and suddenly you're completely out of position on this EHOME side. It's just the damage is very lacking. Like, TA fought for like a good minute to be able to kill all these heroes.
At least Somnus is going into the Deso and will have that extra bit of damage coming through on the next fight, but when will that next fight be? You're looking at a Blink Dagger next for the Darkseer, XM. He's going to have Yules quite soon. Winter Wyvern, X Nova going at least into the Holy Locket to start. He usually goes Holy Locket into the Blink Dagger, and you've already got the point booster into the Scotty for TV. And Ags is being built for Fate. Like, this is a couple of big items that'll come out. An Elephant, you know, Deso, Sanjinyasha for Void. The Chrono is there, but he immediately gets static linked. He has to bail. It really was not a Chrono that did anything for him.
This we were talking about. Like, you can get a really good Chrono, but if one of those core targets is not in there, which is 3 of them, Wyvern, Razor, and Darkseer, it's gonna be tough for you. Like, you're gonna need that BKB eventually. He's building into the Sanjinyasha. But who is really building into damage? They have damage amplification from Elder Titan. That's it. TA is trying to But not having a BKB on TA also is gonna feel really bad in those upcoming team fights against the Darkseer.
Yeah.
It's a very tough draft to execute. And Elephant, honestly, I'm surprised they haven't lost more than a half so far. Good job by them. But the game is only gonna get harder.
Totally agree. You know, you're going up against that TB, which we've talked about as the problem as the game goes on. So you now have to wonder yourself, do they have enough to counter this TB? He's not as formed to the TA. You talked about that as well. The effective net worth of the Templar Assassin, the fact that you're countered by so much, does Somnus really work well with this net worth? And right now he has. But yeah, you said the BKB needs to come out. That's going to be a while unless he changes his idea of what he wants to get from this Deso to BKB.
You need that Deso. Yeah. Like, you don't have enough damage as is, so
it's tough. It's a tough spot to be in. And then I think right now your effective net worth is all of your net worth for Somnus. But as time goes on, it's not going to feel like that net worth number is as strong as it should be.
Yeah, especially once items come out on the Wyvern, who is pretty poor so far, which is very good news for Elephant. Like, if this Wyvern had an Ether Lens or a Blink Dagger, I would say this game is almost impossible to play for Elephant.
Which is usually the build for X-Nova. He goes into the Holy Locket and then he picks himself up that Blink Dagger, and we've seen what X-Nova can do with the Blink.
I mean, just look at his item build. Like, he's maxing Cold Embrace. Doesn't even have max Splinter Blast, which is what we usually see. Yeah, all about the saving. They're lagging, apparently.
Yeah. Ale.
Not a good time to lag.
The double equals means lag, right?
No, double equal means wait.
Oh.
It's always like that. They pause and
double equals Kale, or just Ka.
Yeah, and you know, yep, they're lagging. But we've also seen in late game, right? Even if TA gets really obesely farmed, we have seen what Razor can do to a TA with that refresher orb, with the Shiva's guard. You double link him, and suddenly he's like minus, I don't know, 100 damage. Pickle me, heal me.
That was the scariest part, was the refresher on that last Razor we saw, which was on XM.
Yeah. They're still holding a gold lead. That's the problem, though. Like, I'm favoring Elephant maybe not ever in this game. Like, EHOME has better scaling lineup. They have a better mid game. When is this Elephant lineup ever going to be ahead? Like, they need to heavily outplay in order to win this game throughout all stages of the game.
It feels like a true underdog situation for them in this game.
Yeah. Because TA, like, you're never going to scale as good as TB and Razor, right? Same as Void. Maybe if you get 6 slotted and same farm as TB, but how is that ever going to happen?
What does Eurus have right now? Going Sanj, almost has the Yasha.
Yeah, has the Sanj Yasha, but he needs that BKB as well against the Darkseer. Then you go BKB, you still have Winter's Curse to worry about, as well as the Static Link. It's a lot of questions to be answered by all of them.
Which means you need a lot of time to build up those items to have those answers. But again, well, playing the late game, being on a timer up against this TB is always tough.
Yeah. I think Elder Titan, if he gets rich into the mid-late game, that's a winning condition. Like if he gets an Aghanim's or something. Because that will allow him to run close to the TB and Razor and negate all their armor for this TA and the Void to really start dealing the damage. Maybe you can even chrono the Elder Titan in melee range to the TB just so the aura is applied, you know? That's maybe another little thing they could do to amplify the damage. They know TA is farming there. They actually smoked up there. No Iron Shell though on Clockworker now. Give it to him, Chalice. Yeah. There is him up. And they're on the hunt. They find Yang.
Yeah, Yang will be spotted, and he's 800 gold away from getting this Ag, so he really wants to get out of this and have this gold. Primal Split to avoid the hook shot. He'll send the Earth Panda back and away from this EHOME lineup.
I gotta say though, Fate is very he seems very uncomfortable. With just hooking. Like,
the
he saw
clockwork,
him
yeah.
for quite a while, and he didn't hook, right? He could have hooked him there at the creep camp. Then he walks a bit closer, gets unsmoked, and sure, that's a brew split used, but he's getting close to his axe.
And that's why he desperately needed to keep that gold. He doesn't want to be set back. He wants this Ags as much as possible because we saw how much the Primal Split was doing for them. Have 2 charges on that, and it's going to be a massive upgrade for him. Obviously, it's a massive upgrade when you get 2 charges, but I'm just saying, overall, with it, what seems to be the most effective part of their team fight at the moment, having 2 charges is a big boost for the Alpha lineup.
Yeah, I'd agree 100%. They're looking to push the top tower here. They don't have the Skadi timing yet. So potentially... Razor's not there either. They gotta be careful. They don't want to fight on Elephant's terms. Or do they?
Pierce needs to be careful about how much he's just standing here and posturing up. Bushwhack coming through. Do you want to follow this up with the Chrono? You know that Darkseer is right here.
Thought about it, but there's a Winter right
You gotta
behind,
assume that everybody's, you gotta assume that everybody's here. Except for the Razor that's showing. The hookshot comes out of the back lines, and now they're gonna go after Super. They drop down the wall. Vacuum, it's not gonna land. Chrono out onto 2, going after the Darkseer, but they've got the Cold Embrace. XM coming in. So now Eurus, he's got the damage to kill off Fade. Earth Splitter coming through the sweep onto 2. That's gonna land onto Chalice as well as XM. So now FY maybe moving forward with the rest of his team as Bushwhack, that hits onto the TB. Acorn shot to follow it up. That bounces over onto XM, and now Eurus, he doesn't have Chrono. They really don't have that lockdown to make anything happen, but it's enough of a deterrent to push EHOME away.
It's a decent Chronosphere, but it's a Chrono for Clockwork. Like, that's just how you know how little damage they have. They had 1 Cold Embrace on Darkseer. Void was like, alright, I'm out. I can't do anything.
They're gonna smoke. They want to go again, which is a little bit surprising, but they do have the Ags on the brew, and like I said, that feels like the most prominent part of their team fight. Now XM, he gets up onto the high ground. Euro's gonna time walk forward. The Winter's Curse. X-Nova in a perfect position. That's gonna be out on the Yang. He's gonna be forced to use this Primal Split if he can even get it off, and he can't. So the Ags is now worthless because he's dead. So all that net worth, all that team fight ability is already gone. They're going to look over as they've got the Iron Show on Sylar. He'll chase down Eurus, who has the time walk. Trap slowing down this TB. Eurus, he's got some space. He'll farm this camp while XM focuses his attention on the Eurus for a second, but won't commit.
Game is a lot closer than I thought it would be. There's going to be a Holy Locket out for Winter in just about 800 gold, so those heals are going to be much more efficient.
Right. What do you think is causing this game to be so close? Is it the inconsistencies from EHOME or just the hesitancy from EHOME? Because they haven't been as aggressive as I thought they would be.
That, and also Elephant playing together a lot. Like, they're playing very well, Elephant. It's just, if you're on even net worth, EHOME is actually ahead by quite a bit. And they need to be much more ahead coming into this mid late game portion of the game. Because otherwise you just can't match the power of EHOME's heroes.
Right.
Like, TA has her BKB now. But can you actually fight with her? Like, if you blink in first, you're done. Like, you need to get a good Chrono. You need to blink into the backline somehow, or maybe hit heroes in the Chronosphere, line up those Psy Blades, which could honestly be a game winner for them. Like, they line up a couple of good heroes with those Psy Blades, they take pure damage, and suddenly those damage issues are non-existent anymore. But it's not easy to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, the game plan is very complicated. Clockwork again, looking for a hook.
He's going to move up on Super. He's getting really close to this Ags, and that's going to be problematic. You already saw how much it hurts Yang to even try to get that Primal Split out.
At the same time, though, you see Fate being very, very hesitant with his hook shots. I feel that could have been a kill on the Titan. I could just hook him, push him back with the Cogs, and you have a Vacuum to follow up. And the TB was right there to hit him as well.
Especially
maybe he's getting a
with
little bit
odds
to his own head.
Could be. You're still farming top.
He almost doing the unspeakable thing.
Here.
They're getting away with it. Or are they? XM.
Primal Split, XM. And there's the Cyclone.
Oh, there's a void. You can't
Eurus
BKB
coming
now.
over. Now you can't BKB TP because they'll just get hit by this chrono. He'll BKB anyway. Sharpshooter misses. Time walk forward, and they won't even use the chrono. Somnus will get credit for the kill on XM. Really well done there by Elephant. And XM getting caught all by himself.
You can't do that on this level of play. Like at this level of play, you're gonna get punished for showing 3 lanes. They get punished immediately. What were they thinking? I thought he got away, but then he goes for another wave. That is so greedy.
Now they've held that
Be really
chrono.
careful here, EHOME. You got a better draft, but you gotta play like properly. Like showing the 3 lanes, pushing out 3 lanes at once is very, very cocky. And Elephant is not a team that's gonna let you get away with that. And Roshan is up now. He's smoking again, looking for a big fight with the Chronosphere.
Without the Razor up for 20 seconds, he might even be feeling like he's forced to buy back if there's a fight that happens. Winter's Curse gets forced out, but now Cold Embrace, Somnus blinked into this. The damage that he did with the Metal Strike gets nullified by the fact that he's got the Cold Embrace, but it keeps him close enough, long enough for them to get the kill.
At least this gives XM enough time to respawn. He's gonna be ready for this
They'll
Roche
go to
fight.
Roche off this.
They got clocked though. The Roche fight is good.
Pop back on the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit premature, but better be safe than sorry. Brewmaster, highest
Chanted
priority.
Quiver.
Wait, they're doing
Yeah.
Roche again. Rocket is coming.
Rocket Flare spotted.
Eurus is just standing there.
Brewmaster using that Midas. He's only got Tome queued up at the moment with 2,300 gold. They can't commit to the Roche pit. And EHOME have done a good job of putting their pressure onto the pit and, well, forcing Elephant to come up with the decision on whether or not they want to stay.
Alan sword for Terrorblade. It's a massive pickup as well. Game is
Almost a
slowing down
Scotty
lot.
here for Void.
Yeah. Scotty on Void. It doesn't add more damage, but I guess they're just looking to prolong those team fights. Which honestly, I don't know who
Right.
it favors. I feel like it should favor EHOME quite a bit. You have those double splits, sure, but your TA doesn't necessarily want long fights. Shiva's got done on the Razor. Big pickup for him. Going
He's
straight
going
to
Refresher next.
yeah, standard pickup. Axel going into the Greaves. Give the team more armor.
Enchanted Quiver for Somnus.
Classic.
They also got the Psychic Headband. We'll see if anybody takes that. Right now, at least for Brewmaster, he's holding on to the Cloak of Flames. He's going for a Refresher as well, as that Midas off cooldown. And we'll use it. So he's getting close. We're just trying to deal with these illusions. They've got the traps down. They have the smoke fade. Is he going to be confident enough to just go to that hook shot? He does not have that Ags just yet. He's still 400 gold away from having that overclocking.
Yeah. Are they looking for Roche themselves potentially? You gotta put down a
And they're
sentry
gonna
first.
sneak in.
You got a trap, guys. You need to know they have a trap.
And they're just going to look to get the sweep on a Sylar, but he'll step out of range. But you've got the Bushwhack. You have the Acorn shot. It's very hard to go into this Roche pit and feel comfortable with the sweeps, with the control that potentially can come out from Elephant. But they're still going to commit to it with no sentry down from EHOME. So that means the trap is there. They've got the vision, and they're going to send another Spirit their way. So Sylar will pop that Manta. Eurus is standing his ground for the moment. It's kind of hard for Fade to find the proper alignment to get a hook shot out as his team was stepping in front of him.
It's a very tense
See if
moment.
he can get the angle.
This fight makes or breaks the game for both teams.
Yang,
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
finished
sitting
butterfly
back. He's
almost.
got the Ags. And he wants to just
Roshan
use
is so
both
low.
primal splits.
3k health on the Roshan. It can die in an instant, both teams pretty much. They're both just staring each other down.
Cinderbrew thrown into the pit. Hook shot on the back lines. He was looking for Yang, but now the Chrono Spear that's going to land into 2. They got the Metal Strike that hits onto the Clockwork. The damage onto Chalice doesn't feel like enough, but they've got the Ear Splitter coming in. They've got the Code Embrace that's going to keep alive this Clockwork. Metal Strike with the Bushwhack, landing on both those heroes to get the kill on the Chalice as well as Fade. They'll buy back on this Clockwork. They've got the Static Link, and now they're working with the Winter Spears to get the kill on Asandus as well as Eurus. They'll take out the TA, and Eurus is in trouble. He doesn't have a Chrono to work with. Yang losing these pandas, needs to be careful. Bushwhack doesn't come in. X-Nova getting low. Cold Embrace surviving for now, and Yang, he can't get the split up with the battery, so they get the split, but it's too late. They'll buy back on this Brew once again as he's got himself that second primal split. They don't want to allow them to get this Aegis inside the pit. The wall's still down. FY Acorn shot as well as the Bushwhack. They won't be able to get the landing there, but now Time Walk in trying to get the Aegis. It's still on the deck. It's still on the deck, and it's snatched by Eurus. He finally picks it up. They've got the Cold Embrace that's going to come out on XM, so he'll survive for a little bit longer with the Static Link out onto Eurus, and now the Plasma Field. One more, 2 more right clicks. Not going to be enough to get the kill onto the Faceless Void just yet, but they look over now at Super, who's within the cogs. They get the kill onto X-Nova, and it is Yang doing so much with this fight. Moving forward is FY Acorn shot, time dilation out onto XM, slowing him up, and Chalice trying to do it again to save himself with this Razor. Chalice, Surge, as well as the Vacuum. Does he have enough? It's not looking likely. There it is. There's the kill onto XM. Chalice, Sylar, Fade, all focusing their attention onto Yang. They're going to try and chase down this Brewmaster. Brewmaster, 38 seconds without the primal split. They land the sweep onto the clock ring. Now they look over at Chalice with Eurus sitting away with the right click. They'll get the kill into the darts here. TV, he's low. Bash out onto Fade. FY taking a lot of damage here, but now the hookshot comes out onto this squirrel that is Hoodwink. Hoodwink dead. Fade gets the kill, and Eurus will be able to walk away. He's held on to this Aegis throughout the entire fight, and somehow Elephant come out ahead.
That's massive. Like, I don't know how he got that Aegis, to be honest. He was Yuled by the Razor, and nobody picked up the Aegis. I don't know how that happened. Like, they had like 3-4 seconds to pick it up, and somehow Eurus gets his hands on it. Like, this is absolutely massive. Like, that was supposed to be EHOMEs. They were supposed to win that team fight. Tia had no buyback, couldn't come back into the fight, but instead they lose a lot of heroes because Eurus got his hands on that Aegis. And now things
on top of which,
bad for Elephant at all.
Look at the pit. What's missing still?
What do you mean?
What's still not in the pit after all this? No, not the shard. It's not anything that was dropped by Hiroshi, but what is missing from the pit?
You mean the sentry?
Radiant have a sentry down. There's no sentry for the Dire. The trap stays there the entire time. They have the vision the entire time of that fight. How is
a big oversight for sure,
allowing that?
But
how are they allowing that to happen?
I mean, they outplayed him anyways, though. Like, he jumped in with the Void, gets Yuled on the Void by XM. It's just nobody picks up the Aegis. I don't know how that happened at this level of play. 3 seconds time.
That buyback was crucial, and the Ags is crucial because he has that second primal split.
And it's DD now for Somnus. They don't have bottles anymore. But yeah, as I said many times, the sentry wards against TA, absolutely crucial. You need that. I don't know if they ran out of sentries or what, but you can't attempt Roshan if you don't have sentries. Or
Smoke comes out.
TB, close to Butterfly now. Double damage smoke could potentially cause a lot of damage. Fade.
Eurus, he has Chrono. They're gonna go after Fade. Meld Strike and the damage is more than enough.
Yeah, and it's building damage also. They get into this net worth where maybe they can fight on par with EHOME. Terrorblade is still very scary. Yeah,
he almost got ignored. Throughout the back end of that fight, he got ignored.
Like, what do you want? We're just gonna kill the entire team. There's a lot of pressure coming in bottom. Somebody needs to go here, I think. Or the tower might take too much damage. Okay. Elephants say, we don't care. No, they do. Okay, that's a Butterfly and Terrorblade. I have no good answer for that.
We've got a Butterfly in the TA. We'll see, does Void, what will he go for from this Satanic pickup once he gets it?
Yeah, the Void is getting very strong now too.
And that flying, he's got the Ags, and the Hunter's Boomerang's massive too.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good items coming on. Look at Yang. Finishes refresher. There's 4 splits now.
I think he's gonna go nullifier next.
Yeah, nullifier. Potentially the radiance.
Just
No
the
TA is there.
relic. Shoot up for now.
The problem with nullify is you have to kind of get out of his split to do it.
So you think he's better off going for the radiance if he's gonna pick up the relic?
I don't know if he's actually gonna go for the relic. Like, and this makes much more sense. Yep. Yes, and this queued up. They know the TA is here.
Somnus nearby. BKB right clicks coming out. They've got the shard on Somnus, so he's able to get that silence out into Fade, but the Force Staff away. Now, do you think about going into the hook shot? Not with a lack of information behind this TA.
Age is gone. Soon. No.
5K lead right now for Elephants. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility that EHOME bring this one back.
Yeah. But even to be in this position is a super good effort by Elephant. Like with this draft, it's so tough.
Refresher almost finished for the Razor too.
Where's the Trickster Cloak? Is it on Razor? It is on Razor.
There's one on
XM again,
yeah.
all by himself though. It's not the first time he's done this. Trickster Cloak. Oh, I don't think FY saw the Trickster Cloak. And even if he did, what can you do about it?
No Aegis, so potentially EHOME, the ones who will look for a fight once the refresher is done in 400 gold. Both teams getting a telescope.
So good for the Wyvern. With the best items for her. What is TP going for next? Just
for the TA.
Panic, maybe?
He's got 3,500 gold. Ooh, Spell Prism.
Who's that going to, though? Probably Brewmaster.
Maybe Brewmaster. I wouldn't even mind it on the Hoodwink. His Bushwhacks have been pretty impressive and pretty important to these fights.
Yeah, potentially. There's Chalice and Fate setting up by themselves. Like, the two of them can't really kill anymore at this point. They need a core to play with them. But XM's still waiting for his refresher. Also 4K gold on Terrorblade. It's a lot of money on the sidelines. Hookshot missed again.
Oh, wall down. Fade though. He's in a lot of trouble. The trap's there. And he'll hook shot, but Yang ready. Has the stun, has the cyclone, and he is still very much dead.
It's not just me, right? Like, Fate is looking really uncomfortable this game.
I think so. I think there's also a lot of pressure for him to land the perfect hook shot.
There is.
Maybe he'll feel a little bit more willing to let it go with the overclocking.
I mean, I know there's a lot of pressure, but you gotta be confident in these kind of games.
Yeah.
Like that's how you get to TIs, right? By being confident in your own plays and your abilities. Roshan may respawn in 10, so clock is gonna be up for that, unless it's an instant spawn. Yeah, Fate needs to show a little bit more of the oomph that he always has. Like his game 1 Rubik. Like that.
Right.
Roche in 2 minutes 40. It's a very long one.
Which is good for EHOME, I'd say.
Yeah, gives the
But at
Terrorblade
this
one more
point, I
item.
think the timing is fine for both teams.
Terrorblade finishes item, the MKB. If Somnus is ever caught in a brawl with this Terrorblade, he is going to get shredded into the next life. The Shadow Realm, as you like to call it. Almost Hex on Darks here. The game slowed down so much ever since that last fight. Which honestly,
Nobody wants
Elephant,
to make the move.
they grew the lead to 9K from 5.
Just by farming, yeah. He also did get that kill on the Fade.
Ooh, X-Nova, man. He's gonna be the guy to look out for.
He needs this Blink Dagger. It feels like he's just not getting much farm.
Yeah, at all.
At all.
He might end this game without Blink Dagger.
Things really quiet. E-Blade being built for the Elder Titan. He's gotten himself that Solar Crest 4 staff. He's holding on to the Minotaur Horn, which was passed off by the Void for the Flicker.
And TB's still holding on to the Paladin, so is there nothing better for him? I forget Penta Edge might be better.
Hex. Hex for Darkseer and Disc now for the Brew. So even if he does get hit with that hookshot control, he does have a chance to alleviate some of the pressure on him to get that Primal Split off.
And they have no answer to Aeon Disc on either team.
Hookshot comes out on a Yang, and now they're going to move in with Chalice. They've got the wall down, but there's the Time Walk looking for the Chrono. He pumps faking for a second. The Cog's actually pushing him over to the side. Yours taking a lot of damage. The Time Walk forward. You get the Chrono out onto this Darkseer, but that's it. They get the kill on the Fade. They'll use the Primal Split. They've got X-Nova dip. Full support stand on the side of EHOME, and the Bo5 back immediately. With Eurus trying to output the damage onto the side with the BKB. He's getting bashed up, and he's in a little bit of trouble. They've got themselves Yang moving forward onto the Darkseer. Chalice hit with the Bushwhack. They'll get the kill onto a third. He doesn't have buyback. Now, Cyclone up into the air. XM in trouble. Now the Silence out onto 2 from the trap that came out from the TA. Yang into the Primal Split once again. No, they've got themselves the Winter's Curse. So that'll be some control. They'll catch Eurus for a second. He'll flicker away, Time Walk, get some of his health back, but it's not going to be a lot to work with. They're still looking at this TV who's cycling up into the air. Right clicks coming through on a Fade. Time Walk. That'll hit with the Meld Strike. They've got the kill on a Fade once again. He's dead for 90 seconds without buyback. And now you're looking over at the rest. You've got the Sharpshooter. FY Snipe Sylar. Oh boy, 95 seconds, no buyback.
And the Roche is up in 5 seconds. If they even want to go for that, eyes on a big prize. They could potentially, they can't get Megas, but they can get 2 sides. And once again, Terrorblade just spent the entire fight pretty much in the air. All these brew splits, making it so hard for Sylar to do anything. And it might have reached a critical mass where maybe EHOME has nothing left in the tank.
Potentially. TB dead for 60 seconds. They're going to go for the mid set of racks.
Ooh.
And now they're going to go for 4. The tier 4 is 50 seconds without TB.
No glyph.
They'll get themselves 1. They're going to get themselves a second. There's no glyph to work with. EHOME have to make a move, but they've only got 3 heroes. They have the Primal Split. They're going to get the Vacuum Wall on a couple of these heroes. Another look over at XM. Silence, BKB, Static Link on Somnus, but isn't even going to matter. They got themselves both tier 4s. They'll focus their attention onto the throne. Eurus waiting for XM to hit the deck. They've got the Silence from them, the trap from Somnus, and another sight from FY Sharpshooter, and they'll get the kill on XM. They'll buy back on the Razor, but it's not going to be enough to call GG on EHOME, and Elephant will take a 2-1 lead in this grand final. 1 game away now from booking their ticket to TI.
You can't even call it an upset, honestly. I thought it